I was wondering that on purpose.
Yeah.
Okay, guy.
Hello. Wait, we got to turn the music down a little bit. Hello, I'm Whitcam, and this is like the driest opening to a TV show ever in history. But this is what I do because I'm cool like that. So yeah, so this is Whitcam Show, the show called Ask Guy, Ask Guys. You see what I did right there? You see what I did? Yeah. So anyway, I'm Whitcam, and today we've got in the virtual studio, who we got here today?
Ladies first.
Mariella, say hello to the people.
Hi, everyone.
We've got Javian.
Hey, guys.
We've got Davion.
What's up?
And we've got Corey.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world.
So today we're going to talk about Married at First Sight, specifically dealing with Season 9. We're also going to talk about how far is tattoo far, some other surprises and conversation, and of course the takeaway overall is intimacy and boundaries. So let's start with Married at First Sight, Season 9. Now, for all of you that haven't seen Married at First Sight is when people are paired up. That's right. They put couples together based on their preferences. What's the word? Preference? What was it? Corey, what's that word?
Preferences?
Yeah, that's it. Based on that. And then they say, I do. Now, they say, I do to the people that they're hooked up with. The interesting thing is, they've never seen these people before. The first time they see them, they say, I do. So, what do you guys think of that? Let's start out with the ladies, and then men, we'll see, we'll set them straight, basically. Let's see what's going on here.
Sounds good.
So, Javian, there you go. Let's start with you. What do you think of that season, and even just the concept, what do you think of it?
Well, it makes my blood bubble. Watching this show, the concept in itself is crazy, but I was definitely drawn to continue to watch it from the first to the last episode.
Oh, now you said crazy. Now what was it? What was it about that? It's like basically you don't want to watch it. You didn't like it, but you couldn't turn away.
I couldn't stop watching it. Right? Exactly. I the whole concept in itself and meeting somebody new, and then saying I do. I'm sorry. They're not even meeting somebody new. They're just meeting somebody for the first time and then getting married right then and there. It's like, okay, that's good and all, but there's going to be problems because in a regular relationship, like,
yes,
you go through like the steps and the levels of a relationship and then you get married. But on this show, you literally meet the person the day you get married. And it's just like, okay. And then you just watch the couples throughout the whole season and they go through their ups and downs. And they're so lucky because they have like a psychiatrist whenever they have issues and problems. So I guess that's like a good thing. But it's just like, I guess, knowing how relationships are, or from my own experience, or like hearing it from my friends, my girlfriends, and whoever else wants to talk to me about it. Hearing about it, just knowing and watching the show, and it's just like some of it can be also predictable. Like, you didn't think that would happen, depending on the episode and depending on the couple. But it some of them like act in shock. Like you're 3 weeks into a relationship, a marriage, excuse me, and you're having arguments and fights, or maybe they're having like actual good communication, depending on depending on the couple. But I don't know. For me, it's like I couldn't stop watching it because it's like it's so predictable, but at the same time, it's like, ooh, what is gonna happen next?
And hold on, I'm gonna like put some pictures up here so people can maybe look at some of the couples. We have Deanna, we have Greg, we've got Jamie and Elizabeth, what was it? We got Iris and Keith. And Matt and Amber, yeah. So we've got a couple of people there in the to there. So Mariella, like, what was your take on the episode before we jump in?
Well, I agree with Adrian when she said that it was a show that you
You
just
sound
wanted
a
to.
little cloudy there. You speak a little louder or something. You sound like you're underwater.
Oh, so I agree with Adrian. She said that it was a show that you felt like you wanted to watch more of it to see what was going to happen next. And my very first thought was I would never go to a casting for a show like this because I will not want to say I do to a stranger for many reasons. Coming from a perfectionist mindset that I have, I just want somebody clean. So I don't know just how clean this person's gonna be. And what happens if I'm not really physically attracted to this person? And I know that the physical is not everything, but I feel like there's gotta be something there. But I still enjoy the show, and I feel like it was a show where people who are single, or about to get married or married can actually learn from it. We have the pastor, the sociologist. I forgot the others too.
All
Because I
right. Well,
think
now
it
wait a minute. Also, like, I don't know. It sounds really muffled. A little bit on the end, on that end. So I don't know if your fingers over the microphone or if it's if you're using Wi-Fi or not using Wi-Fi. If you could just check that really quick, because I really would like to hear your perspective on it. So see if you could see what that might be. Now we don't need to recap anymore. I think everybody gets the idea. But Davion, was this a show for you? Are you convinced about this, and would you do it yourself?
Can I say the HN word?
No, you can't. Whatever that is. If you got an X, then no, you shouldn't say it. Would you?
Alright.
Would you do it yourself? Would you?
I would do it myself. Just that show. I don't know. I just don't. I don't like the concept of having to marry strangers off the back.
All right. And then Corey, would you do it or would you not do it?
No, I'm the only person I guess here that would actually do it. I don't see it being any different than going on eHarmony, making a profile, and then those people taking your input and sending you people you might like. I understand that there's a huge risk because there's marriage and you've never met that person before. But I think that that's just a leap of faith that all these people have taken, and it may work out, it may not, because at the end of the day, you're still a human being, and you still have that choice to either try to make this work or not.
Now,
So I think-
Mariella, like, she's like breaking her neck over there. What was that?
Can you all hear me?
A
Yeah.
lot better,
Yes.
a lot better, yeah.
A lot better? Okay, great. So, with what one of our hosts here said, our male host here, uh, I respect your opinion, but going back, because I wanted to finish what I was saying, I wouldn't do it. I have a perfection mindset. I will want to know, how clean this person is. Um, if they take care of their health. And I feel like in the show, you had to say, I do. As you kept watching the episodes, you know, they had to say, I do, because it was a reality TV series, right? And the producers and directors wanted to record how it was going to come about at the end. Because at the end, they had the choice of staying married or not. But you see, the thing is that after you say I do, you're gonna have to start living with that person.
Right.
And if they're not that clean, that might irritate you, or if they're not taking care of their health at that moment. So, you will have to deal with them for, I believe it was like 8 weeks they had to stay married with this person. So imagine if you didn't even want to see them the next day or 5 days later. How will you feel about that?
Well, the other thing
Because
about
I
it
don't
is,
think you were allowed to leave from the
yeah, you were.
place, even
The
though we know that there was a couple, which was Jamie and Elizabeth. Jamie, he left.
Mhm.
One of the experts warned them, you never leave. When you get into an argument, one of the worst things that you can do in a relationship is leave.
Mhm.
So
Wait,
just because you're mad, you have to confront the problem and come up with a solution in order to solve it.
so you
Well,
So
don't. Go ahead,
the whole
Corey.
thing, I do have a disagreement. You don't have to walk out that door and go to the aisle. So from the beginning, you don't have to say I do. There's actually an out clause. If you walk down and you say I do, you commit to it, just like you commit to any relationship or a marriage. And obviously, even in a relationship, something's going to happen. You either work it out or that person might ghost you. It's just a chance that you're going to take in any relationship. So I don't see any difference in this show or real life.
All
Well,
right, so
but the thing,
let's do this. Let's hold on. Let's hold on. Hold in. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm sorry. You gotta understand. I had a little bit to drink before the show. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't really drink alcohol before you do the show. But that's
Don't
what
drink
I
and
do.
talk.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
what I do. So anyway, let's talk about Matt and Amber, right? Because that was the most toxic. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that was the most toxic, but anyway, he was like a basketball player, and spoiler alert, he basically was like, I didn't really like this chick. I didn't think it was gonna go anywhere. So he like ghosted her. He left the place. He didn't answer her phone calls. He basically cheated on her. I mean, it was just ridiculous. Um, but wouldn't this happen in a normal situation anyway?
Yes.
Exactly.
Well, wait. Okay. See, this wasn't a normal situation. They were married, and he walked away. That was the thing. When you're in a date, yeah, come on, Corey. Let's be real. Marriage wise, if you walk away and disappear from your spouse, right now the cops are going to look for you because technically you're still married.
No, you can
Yeah.
leave. Like people have been doing that since the
Oh,
20s. You can marry and walk out the house and never go back. So what's the difference doing that today? Nothing's stopping me from leaving the house and going to another house and never going back to that first house. I just send paperwork in the mail.
because he didn't take it serious. And also, you got to look at it this way: he didn't take it serious because it was like he had no obligation. So that's pretty much what I'm saying. Like he had no obligation because it was just for show.
Mm.
That's what he was thinking about because it was like, okay, if I have to be in front of a camera and we know this is not working out, I'm in the back of my mind, this is a fake wedding. This is a fake relationship, technically.
It's technically a real marriage, like they said.
Well,
These are
it's fake. No, it may be real, but if you got cameras on you, it's fake.
nah.
Yeah,
That
Corey, it's fake.
how is it fake? I don't.
Because yeah, we get married, but at the same time, if there, because technically it's still a study to see how you will handle whether y'all I mean, whether y'all excuse me, whether y'all continue to be in that relationship and continue to be married or not. It's it was a test.
It's still your
And
choice. If you got
exact
married in front of the
just
cameras and the cameras left and you stayed married, then I don't
okay.
see the issue. It's not really
Then it
fake.
actually did something because there was some chemistry, but at the end of the day, if it was just, let's say, me and one of you ladies were married, it wouldn't last long. Or just off the bat, it wouldn't last long. This remind me of the show I just told you about, Black Mirror. The one, what was it, episode 9?
No,
Where they act-
that music was a little late, but that was just the concept of you and one of the ladies being married. I thought that was like just levelly there.
like it's going to happen. I'm not saying, I'm not saying y'all ain't pretty or y'all are.
no,
But
well,
it's,
you know what? Let's do it this way because I think this is important. You see, because one of the reasons why I chose this series because I found that even though it's entertainment, there's a lot we can learn from it. So, for instance, if we and ladies, if you have anything that you would like to ask us, because it is called Ask Guys. You see what I did right there? You see what I did? You see how I plugged it?
Very
So
nice.
I would say this, Corey, you can start. If there's any advice for Matt and Ember, specifically advice for Ember, what would you have told her to do that she didn't do in this relationship?
I would have told her not to come on so strong, because like she was very, very attracted from the moment she saw him, and then just went 100% in. She went like 100 miles per hour. He obviously wasn't ready for that. He was like, "Oh, this is cool. I'm gonna get what I get," and then just go. Like, that's gonna happen, whether on this show or in real life. That happens. It's just natural.
And Davion, what advice would you give
It was
Ember?
same thing what Corey said. Like she went 0 to 100 off the back just by showing her feelings, her emotions, and everything. So my advice to her is just tone it down.
Now, ladies, do you agree with their advice?
I do. He's a ball player or an ex-ball player, so it's like, what are your expectations, right?
Right, yeah.
Oh, and it seemed like in the beginning of the show, he was trying his best to kind of please her, and I think maybe please the doctors on the show as well, so he could kind of look like a good guy. But deep down inside, like you can just tell, like he's got the characteristics of a ball player, like like
I don't like the way you said that in a way. You said that really cheeky, like, you know what I mean? Like you know what you're talking about over there. Do you date ball players? I'm just saying. Just throwing it. You don't have to answer, but I'm throwing it out that you can answer. But you don't have to, but it'd be cool if you did though. Let's just see what you get. Never mind. All right, Mariella, so what advice would you give Amber in that situation for the show? Like what are you thinking?
I mean, she was really into the guy, and everybody's different. She really liked him. She wanted to get married. She wanted to start a family, and he had told them. Matt, he told the experts that he did wanted to start a family, and they actually asked him, "Well, you've traveled outside of the country. He's been living. I think it was in Europe. Doing basketball. Like, are you ready to start a family?" And he was like that he was gonna try because he wanted to get married. So throughout the season, watching the episodes and seeing how he came out to be, it just gave me the word in my mind as a narcissistic man. So he's not really gonna change, I believe. If he does, then
it wasn't gonna
happen. So, but he's not. Narcissistic people, they don't really change, the majority of them.
Hey, wait a minute there. I'll take a little offense. I'll take a little, never mind.
No offense taken.
Yeah, I don't like where you went with that. I don't really like it. That's not very nice. Anyway, let's move on.
He's very straightforward with what I believe he truly is. I mean, the pastor was not happy with him. Neither were the experts. So he could have done better. He could have, sat down with Amber and tell her, like, listen, I know that we're in this reality TV show. Unless the producers or directors told him, you're going to have to hold off until that decision date comes. But it would have been better if he just walked out somehow.
Yeah,
but he
I agree.
That he wanted to work it out with her, but he went back to his old ways.
Yeah, and I was say, you make me want to say, "Ay, qué linda, Amber." That's what that's what I want to say there. All right, so let's go to the next one because I found this relationship very interesting. Deanna and Greg. I was excited about these two very early on. The only thing is, I would say with their relationship is that if Deanna didn't do this show, she'd still be single, point blank. And does anyone agree with me on that?
No, I agree.
No.
If anybody did that show, they would still be single.
Well, the reason why I say that, right, It's because she she does the issue that a lot of women I feel do, that she's got a house, she's got a job, she feels that, like, she's like a winner. She's like a winner in her mind. So she doesn't feel like she needs to do any work or communicate. And I feel that the show made her have to, like, really humble herself and move on and get to know. And if she didn't have that pressure of the show, I feel that she would still be alone. Because she was a handful. Like, she took a while to really open up. And no one's got time for all that. Does anybody agree of you different? Would you give her any, or personality like her, any advice?
I disagree completely.
No, I'm going to be like this. I would have walked out.
Wait. Why do you disagree, Corey? Corey, what do you say?
All right, so the people on this show obviously had relationships, and they all had traumatizing relationships or bad relationships, and they all had traumas, right? So even if you date someone off the internet or you see them in real life and you try to date them, you're going to deal with their traumas, right? Her trauma was significant, that she had on like layers of walls, right? Even Greg said it. He was like, he's taking those walls down brick by brick. And yet it takes time. It's going to take a long time, whether in this marriage or in a regular relationship. So I just say take your time with it and be patient with that person. Yeah, she had a very strong personality, a go-getter mindset. She was very positive and sure of herself. So sure that she knew that she didn't need anyone to give her advice or tell her what to do, because she was in that place for so long. It's hard to get out of that and deal with someone else. So I think if she never went on the show, she would have dated, and she probably would have went through the same issues Greg went through. So
all right, yeah, but let's just be real, man. Come on, don't sugarcoat it just because there's two beautiful women on the show with us. All right, let's just be real. All right. She might have got to the same place, but like 10 years later, you know what I mean? Like, she was forced to, and I say, ladies out there, get this stick out of your bum, you know what I mean, and move on.
She wasn't forced, bro. She's a go. If she decided on doing something, she did it, right? She decided on going on the show. If she decided to not go on the show and date somebody, she would have did it, because she has that type of personality and mindset. So that's why I'm like,
what do you think, Davion? Do you think do you agree with Corey or myself? Do you think that she would have learned the hard way a longer time, or it didn't matter either way?
She would definitely learn the hard way in a longer time, because somebody like that, it's okay to be confident in yourself. It's okay to know what your value is and what you're worth. But if you're shoving it in the individual's face constantly, it would basically be a turnoff, and that person don't want to deal with you no more. So it's like, yo, are you trying to be in competition with me, or are you just trying to make me do better? And sometimes the signals may not be the correct signals or the correct wording that you need that other partner to know. So I understand what Corey says. Yeah, you're gonna have to chivel down on those those walls and stuff like that, but let's be honest. How many of us are going to tolerate busting out one wall to another? You have to be one person that is very patient with that individual. If you truly, and I do agree, there are people that are patient with those type of people, but at the same time, it's a mass majority of people that will walk away and say, look, it's not working out. Matter of fact, she probably would have been ghosted. Probably only going to last on the first date. And then that's it.
But isn't that the point of the show, to find somebody to deal with?
We get that. We get the point of the show. Right. But we want women to watch this show and not make those mistakes, because what the reality is, most people are not going on that show. So anyway, the gurus have spoken. Ladies, do you agree or disagree with our advice?
I don't know. I feel like I can relate to her in a way, because I remember she said that she's been on so many dates where, the men in her life kind of, screwed her over, and she's a pretty much a good woman. I mean, we can all agree that she is a good woman. You know, headstrong, smart, independent, of course. And just I guess the relationships that she was in just didn't work out, and she was screwed over. So that's where the walls and the defense comes in, and she just has to keep reminding people, and that could be a turnoff, yeah. But I guess somebody said that, you know, it takes a patient person. I don't think patient is the correct word. I think it's strong. I think it takes a strong man who is maybe even slightly better than her to tolerate her defense and her guard, to chip away little by little, and he would need to prove that to her. And that's how I relate, because I'm single, so, you know.
So, if there's a man out there that finds her attractive and he's available.
Let's do this.
All right. So,
I'm not going to
Mariella,
I'm not going to raise my hand.
Yeah. So, Mariella, I mean, what you're saying there is, did we give good advice? You co-sign, or can we move on to the next couple? What you saying?
Well, I do have to opinionate on her, because she was not in a relationship for 10 years. So, you know, she became so dependent on building herself with her career, with, you know, owning a home, and who knows what else she was doing besides those things. And, you know, as humans, when we become accustomed to something, and it looks like she was not really dating anybody, you know, she closed herself. So it was going to take her a while to actually open up. And I feel like Greg was a very compatible partner, because he was very understanding. And if he was another kind of man that was not patient, he would have left her for sure.
Amen to that, sister, because you know what?
Yeah.
There's 24 hours in a day, and there's 7 days a week, and no one got time for all that. She's lucky she was on a reality show, that's all I'm saying. Anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about Jamie and Elizabeth. I don't even want to spend too much time on them. All I got to say is that was crazy. And I think they deserve each other, and I really hope they're still together. Really. Because both of you got some serious issues. But you know what? There's nothing more beautiful than people that have serious issues together. Yeah.
That's one really good toxic relationship.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is when I cut my camera off.
Yeah. So let's move on to the this is one of the most, well, because I'm an alcoholic and sexaholic, and I'm very proud of it. Yes I am. So Iris and Keith, I don't even know where to begin with this one.
That's the virgin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
First of all, Davion, what is your advice? Actually, what would your advice be for Iris for the results to have been different in this show?
Pass.
Oh, you said pass. I thought you said you had gas. All right, never mind. Sorry about that. All right, Corey, what would your advice be for a gentleman like Keith in that situation, or a woman in that situation, Iris?
All right, so I only got up to episode 5. I didn't finish the whole season. But so far, I thought that they were the only couple that I thought was going to make it. I thought that they complemented each other very, very well. So I was actually I'm very excited to see how their journey ends. But so far, they're my favorite couple.
All right. Are you all right for spoilers? Are you all right?
Yeah, sure. Give it to me. What's up? What happened?
Basically, he said, "Look, chick, you're not going to give me them nuke. So I'm going to get, and I'm out of here."
No, don't tell me that. That hasn't. Oh.
That's why I didn't want to
basically.
spoil it. I was like, pass. That's why.
No, this is the thing. And ladies, please chime in. You can correct me if I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'm probably still right, so it doesn't really matter anyway. But basically, this is the thing. this is the thing, man. I respect that whole, and we're gonna do a show on it. We're gonna do a whole show on beliefs in spirituality and faith, and I think that's really deep, and it's good. You know what I mean? I think this is great. But one of the problems I think is that Keith was with it, and I think they were one of the couples, like they're perfect for each other. Like you couldn't find a more perfect couple than them as a couple. But when your whole net worth is your poom poom, it's not going to work, man. And anybody with some sense would be like, no, I can't deal with this. I feel that like, she put too much value in her virginity to the point where it was larger than her. It was larger than her future, her dreams, her fears, and and then at the end of the day, what if they don't really have that chemistry? It's like you kill it, because even if that's not good, you could work that out. But I don't really feel, and again, I don't know. I just watched the show. I wasn't with them, but it seemed like she was so focused on that it killed everything else. And then also, what I find also is that she seemed very immature. And it's like, you don't want to deal with that. You don't want to be stuck with someone the rest of your life that you're on page Z and they're still on B. So I don't know, ladies. Do you feel I'm totally out of here with this one, or I'm correct?
You are completely correct with the immaturity. She was 27 years old with lack of dating experience. Keith was such a nice guy. I mean, I'm saying that because he was really trying. He really liked her. They went to therapy. The therapist gave them some type of like experiments for them to do together, like playful. And you will think that she was gonna try, and then she's like, "Oh, like you're touching me like that? Please don't." So poor Keith, because he couldn't even get a playful side out of her. He had to, continue to deal with her immaturity. And of course, he became fearful. And because of that fear, he didn't want to continue being married to her. So I don't think for not wanting to continue to be married to her.
So is it immaturity, or is it a lack of sexual experience that basically
definitely because she's a virgin, and it seems like nobody ever even touched her boob. So I'm just saying.
Well, wait a minute. If you really
the therapist is really trying to help. She is not like this was her boyfriend. This was her husband. She said I do to this person. She could have tried a little bit more, but she kind of reminds me of Diana. Just being stuck in I don't know, trying to find the right word.
I find the night where it's stuck on stupid. That's what we call it in the hood. Yeah.
If we call it that, then I guess we can call it that. But she was just stuck for such a long time of, lacking of dating experience. And, here she is married. This is such a huge commitment. And, I'm pretty sure that brought her more fear. And she valued herself. She did. And she respected herself. But,
but wait a minute. I just want to... I understand what you're saying, but I did pay attention to every word in every episode, and she has done things before. She just didn't do anything to him. So she played herself. She took it too far. You know what I mean? And because she said she didn't have sex, but she has done things. Now, I don't know.
She kissed Keith, so, but there was like more to it. And, Keith probably thought, how long would I have to wait? Do I have to wait a year or 2 or 3 or 4? What happens if it never happens? Then what's the point?
Now, to be fair, well, wait, I want to, because Jalen probably knows what I'm thinking. So, but first, let's, Jalen, what do you think about this? And then I'll give my 5 cents, 10 cents, dollar cents. Yeah.
All right. So I think that I don't know what her dad did to her to
Oh
make
wow.
her not want to have sex for that long. Because there's like books and like TVs and movies, and maybe your friends can tell you a little something about it. And I don't know. There's got to be curiosity. So for her not to give it up, and he's an attractive man. He is a very attractive man. Not only is he attractive, but he's, like intelligent and, all that good stuff, has a good family background. So what are you not attracted to? Was she just not attracted to him? Maybe that was it. I don't know. But that whole virginity thing, I don't know. That's different for me.
Now I want to flip it. Now men, do not get upset with me. All right, I don't want any hate mail. All right,
I can't promise you that.
I'm watching you. No, well the thing is, now the flip side to the coin is, well, if you're married to her and you feel that you're going to be together forever, then does it really matter if it's a week or a day or a month? You're not going anywhere, so it's like just relax, man. You're gonna get it. It's yours. She's your wife. You know what I mean?
Nah.
Like, is that fair?
No, I think that's the whole issue with this show. Like, yeah, they were legally married for 8 weeks and they could decide to continue or not. And in those 8 weeks, I don't think anyone really took it serious that they were actually married, because you didn't meet this person and you have to do all these things. So I think that was in her mind, that I'm married, but it's not really marriage. So she wants to save herself for actual marriage, someone she knows and trusts. I think that's...
Well, it's funny. It's interesting because I was talking about him and you psychologically went to her. But it becomes the same thing. Well, if this is your husband and he's not going anywhere, then give it him. He's your husband.
What do you mean?
You wait your whole life to get some pum pum and or let it go or whatever like that, and then all of a sudden it's like, chip, you're married. You waited your whole life to get married, and now you're married. Hello. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? You waited. You won. Yes.
They all said that, right? And so, like, let's say, I commit myself to this person for 8 weeks, and in 8 weeks I'm gone. Like, everyone has that fear of that actually happening. Yeah. So, like, why isn't that being talked about? That's a legit reason.
No, yeah. All right, so let's change it. Let's change it up really quick. All right, ladies. Javian.
Yeah.
Socks on or socks off?
Socks off.
Oh, interesting. Marietta, socks on or socks off? I can't. What was it? I couldn't hear that. What did you say?
Socks on.
Interesting. Wow. Wow. I love this show. I didn't expect that to happen. Interesting. Very interesting.
Can we just take one sock off and be in the middle?
So Corey, what are you thinking there? Socks on or socks off? Oh, that was a quick. Oh, yeah. And Davion.
Socks on.
Interesting.
Weird people.
I didn't see that coming there with Davion. I didn't.
No comment. It's just.
All right. So now let's go with how far is tattoo far? Now this is a very interesting show because it's stupid. But for some reason, even if you watch one piece of an episode, you can't help but watch 2 or 3, 4 more. Because it was like, all right, what were people willing to do? All right, so let's break it down. You have couples or any kind of relationship. It could be brother, sister, some sort of relations. But I watched the relationship ones. And it was interesting because what they do is they'll put a tattoo on their lover, right, without them knowing what it is. They're blindfolded, and then they will take it off. Now, the tattoo is usually something that they want to say, some sort of revenge. So, for instance, one gentleman, he put on a toilet and basically saying that she got dumped, which is interesting. That's the message he wanted to send to his lover. So anyway, watching this show, is there anything we could take away from this show? Is it just like foolishness? What do you guys think?
Foolishness.
Yeah, that's why they canceled the show. It was too stupid.
Yeah, because who's gonna actually go? There are people that do it, but then I'm saying realistically, who would actually go with a couple or a friend and actually put something disrespectful on their body for them to reveal whether that message is or what? Because it's like I could rather tell you, or I'd rather just tell you, yo, it's over, or dude, you suck, you're a horrible person, or besides just putting in something on their body that's going to be there for the rest of their life unless they get laser surgery, and that's painful as hell.
Yeah. I felt bad for the one guy who had sperm donor tattooed on his stomach.
Oh yeah, that was terrible.
I remember.
Bro,
that was disgusting, man. I mean, it's bad enough what it says, but it was also gross.
Well, there was one that was gross too with the girl that she had like a ponytail coming down from her, private area.
Oh, yes.
And then on the other side too. And I'm here thinking, like, if that was me and I was at the beach.
Wait, what? I couldn't make out what you said. What is it? Is a tattoo of a what?
It was like a braid, but a hair coming down from her thigh, inside her thigh area, but from her private area. From like, yeah.
It was like braided pigtails.
Oh,
it was
no.
One on her right leg and then the other one on the left leg. And that was disgusting and sad.
That's terrible. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, guy. But these are some things these are fights. Like, people will literally fight you for this stuff.
Wow.
Like, straight up. Like, if I get a tattoo and it's disrespectful, I'm fighting you. Like, you will see a whole different side of Davion. Like it ain't gonna be funny. Like, because realistically, I have no tattoos. So, just to let people know, I have no tattoos. I'll tell y'all deeper later on. If y'all ask me, I'll ask you why I don't have tattoos.
Oh, why don't you have tattoos, Davion?
Oh, wow. Well, they're all right. There's later. Later is now.
Okay.
Can it be a short story? Because, Christmas
at
is
first
coming.
It was religious.
All right.
But then, after a while, I thought about it before, and then I actually put the religious part aside, and then I thought about, do I want to have a certain mark on my body for all this period of time? Due to, because after a while you do get bored. Okay. All right.
No, I was just doing the dramatic music because it sounded so dramatic. What were you talking about?
So pretty much the reason why I don't have a tattoo is just that I can't see myself keeping it on my body for a long period of time. It has to be something really, really special for me. So that's it. And nothing stands out.
That's interesting, eh?
Do anybody else have any tattoos? How about that?
I would like one.
Only one? You would like one or you have one?
I would like one.
Yeah, you gotta talk. You know what? Your microphone, you gotta talk that clear. Yeah. Javian, I know you have two. One behind your ankle and then one behind your head.
No, what? I have 7.
You see what you did
I
right
do
there.
think girls with tattoos are sexy.
She is single, by the way.
That's right.
Where are you going with this?
Maybe you won't be alone for Christmas Day.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the only show where things get a little uncomfortable and they become heavenly all at once.
Bro, they're about to be married at first sight.
Right?
Wait. See, I like to take a girl out to dinner and all that so I can get to know her. I don't like to jump through the whole, oh, we're married. Really? Really?
Yeah, that's what we're doing here. That's what we're doing. All right, so really quick, this one's called Will They Make It or They Won't Make It? All right? So here's a celebrity allegedly relationship. Rihanna and A$AP Rocky. Mariella, will they make it or they won't make it?
They won't make it. Majority of celebrities don't make it, so they won't make it.
Where'd he go?
He didn't like my answer, but I'm being honest.
No, you're right, and I agree with you. Like,
Yeah.
majority of celebrities do not make it. Like, unless you're Jada and Will.
Exactly. Like, you have your standards there, you know, where you believe really in marriage more than divorce or getting separated.
And
Like,
now
it's,
it's not. Okay, sorry.
And Javion,
you know, like, I'm done.
Javion, what do you think they'll make it or they won't make it?
They won't make it, bro.
Yeah.
No, I said Javion.
Oh, Javion. Oh.
Javian.
Javion.
No, they're not going to make it because Rihanna doesn't love these people.
All right. Corey?
Nah, she's too free spirited, and he's very, very weird. So I don't see that happening at all.
All right. And then, of course, the master of ceremony, Davion. What do you believe? You think they'll make it or will not make it?
They're not gonna make it, bro. Come on. Like everybody said, majority rules.
All right.
And also they're entertainers, so.
All right. I'll see where you're going with it. All right. So overall, today's theme, brought to you by the letter K, one of those things. Overall, everything we've been talking about at these shows having to do with boundaries and intimacy, which is interesting because one of the problems, or the main problem with most of season 9 of Married at First Sight has always been intimacy. People letting people in and just being able to say, hey, I smell like blue cheese and I need to get it together. And I'm not afraid to change the way I do things for this relationship to make it work. Some of them were willing to do it, and some of them, they were facing it, but they weren't willing to do it there. They're lazy. And then boundaries, like, hey, really, are you really going to tattoo that mess on me? So, if you, Corey, for the end of this episode, if you had to give advice on intimacy and advice on boundaries, what would it be? Let me sit back there. And he was going to say something there.
Communication is key, because I think the more you communicate and the open you are and the more you guys are on that level, the better their intimacy.
Uh-huh.
All right.
So short and simple.
All right. And Davion? Yeah, what you got to say there?
He basically took the words out of my mouth. Like, communication is the key factor of every relationship. If you don't have that, then what's the point of continuing the relationship? So he was on point. I'm sorry, Rick. Communication.
All right. Marietta?
I agree, communication, but obviously a relationship will not only be based on communication, it's going to be based on other stuff like trust, love, having a very selfless heart. You can be selfish. Because
Little louder, please.
A relationship is not only based on communication, it's based on love, being selfless. You cannot think about yourself only because you're not in the relationship yourself. You're here with somebody else. So you have to make decisions together. It's not just, I'm going to make it on my own because I'm still a human being by myself. No, you're in this relationship with this person. So you have to be considerate. So a relationship is not only going to be based on communication, it's always going to be based on other stuff too.
Gotcha. I agree.
Javian.
My-
Javian.
So, everything that everyone said.
I can't hear one word you say. You got to talk a little louder. The microphones. I can't really hear you.
Can you hear me? Am I
I
good?
hear you now. Yeah.
Hear me now. Okay, so I'm gonna piggyback off of what everybody said. I agree with the communication and what Mariella said. Just adding understanding to it as well, and then to put in the forefront knowing your tolerance level with intimacy and your boundaries, and then going ahead and communicating it, and then understanding it on both sides, from yourself, understanding your partner, and then hoping that your partner understands as well. So, know your tolerance levels and communicate it.
That's
Tolerance levels. Interesting.
Yeah, I like that word. Tolerance.
yeah.
I think that's interesting. Tolerance levels. I never thought about that.
You're an alcoholic. You should know tolerance levels.
Yeah. In layman's terms.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Wait for it. Wait for it. Message.
All right. I'd like to say my 5 cents. Here we go. It's really important and communicate, but you know what? I think we all start things wrong. You know what? We started wrong. It really is about knowing yourself. Like, for instance, I know I get drunk, but I know me. It's what I do. When I see a lady, I say, hey, I'm not selfish. I'm cool with you and your friend. Let's do this. Because I share. Because I know I'm a sharing person. So, basically what I'm saying to everyone out there is, know yourself. Love yourself. Then you can take time to get to know other people. And love other people. Yeah. All right, everybody, tell everyone your social media.
Ladies first.
Yeah, is at the _JVN on IG.
Watch your profanity.
All right, and Davion.
Davion Bussy on Instagram. Davion Bussy on Facebook. And Jamal Williams Show on Instagram.
Wait a minute.
All right, yeah. And Mariella.
It's Mari.Ella.
Mari.
It's
I love that.
Mari.
It's
And then
Mari.
.Ella. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So you watching me?
If you want my social media, you can find me.
Forget somebody.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
Trying to put me out. All right.
I got so
am
excited.
GT3.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
You can find me. I am GT3 on Instagram, Twitter, all of the things.
I gotta press this button over there. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, and you go at Whitcam on Instagram. Hopefully you're watching this on YouTube or Instagram or whatever this are. And you're watching Ask Guys. You saw what I did right out there. You saw how I You saw what I did right. You saw how I did that. Yeah? No? Yeah? Oh well, whatever. I gotta put out. Where's the music? I even need a theme song. Something in it. Oh yeah. So here's the driest exit of any show ever. Thank you very much for watching. And thank you guys very, very much for participating. And hopefully people out there walked away with some good advice.
Yeah.
It was fun talking with everyone.
It was fun talking to everyone. And also, Guy.
Yeah.
Guy.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody has the drink.
That's how you do it. That's why we're cool, man. Yeah. That's how...
Like.
I'll choose the water bottle instead.
Wait. Here. This is the real one. Tequila shots.
All right. Why does everybody have liquid refreshment? I'm dying here doing this show and can barely even speak. This is not ridiculous.
Get your felt wet.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You know, I'm still streaming, you know, to see what you're doing.
What? It wasn't a bad word.
No, but the description. Whoa.
These poor women. And it's only going to get worse. Every show is going to guaranteed get worse. That's the thing I love about it. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Sorry.